Fox and Falcon. Meanwhile, Zerfur gonna go for the lizard build. And ferrets. So are we gonna see some ferret action? Ooh, triple tier 2s. Zerfur's triple tier 2s. This should be very interesting indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Game number 1 between the two. And I have to switch their names again. God freaking damn it. Alright, Nathan is playing green. Zerfur playing blue.
Next time I'm playing a tourney, I will switch my commanders and force my opponent to do so. Just so you have something to do between the breaks. And you always fail to introduce.
Alright, well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Zerfur to the left side of the map, Nathan to the right side.
You also have to call their hero.
Nathan as quartermaster, Zerfur as Bellafied.
I'd like to mention that this is a decider match for top 2. Whoever wins this moves on to the final match.
Alright, here we go, guys. Top 2 it is indeed from the mouth of AV Ultima. Let's go. Let's find out who takes the victory here and goes on to the finals. And right now, Nathan gonna go for a very early squirrel timing. Looks like I think it was a 6 or 7 farm timing for his squirrels to come out. So he's gonna have units on the field first before Zerfur gets his lizards on and building.
Yeah.
What do you
so
think
the Nathan has decided to stick, like one had found out. I think he's still loving the Holy Trinity of the patch 24.
Okay. I mean, it's still a good Trinity. Like, tier 1s were not nerfed very hard, to my knowledge. It was mostly a general tier 2 buff all around.
Yeah, they're pretty strong early as well. It's just that they run into problems as soon as the skunks come out.
And Zerfur does have the skunk in his... Yeah, he does have the skunks in his deck, so... Nathan's got to be very careful of his opponent's timing right now. Hopefully he'll have his own units reach a critical mass where the tier 2s won't be that much of an issue, but right now... Zerfur gonna dodge his way in and out with the lizards here, just trying to see if he can snipe anything right now. What do you think of this map in general? Like,
I love how Nathan's is playing. He's been playing up to point so fast, and he's not allowing the Zerfur to harass his point. And he will, if Nathan decides to get an expo, it will be really hard to spot in general. Although you can go around the bottom, even with only commander.
All right. Well, right now Nathan making his way. He has his both sides with their Warrior Toads. So this should be a very fun match indeed with all these explosions going off on both sides. Zerfur going to complement his side of the map with some more mines on the high ground. So chase potential going to be a little bit hard for Nathan if Zerfur backs up, which you can actually pretty easily do because lizards are very fast by nature. And
Once
Nathan,
again, I kind of disagree on the mines there, but I think this game could be like a little slow if the Zerfur decides to, take a tone down and get an expo himself. I think
Nathan went for a very early expo, and Zerfur, I'm not sure if he scouted up, but he's gonna go put down his tier 2 down immediately. Has a lot of lizards at play here, so this should be very good for Zerfur to get his falcons out and do a lot of damage against Nathan. But Nathan still has a lot of control coming out for his own side, so it's going to be very interesting to see whose toad explosions go off first and kills the other army.
What do you think about that mill buy there?
It tells me that Nathan definitely wants to go for a pretty greedy build, and he does have the army to support it. He has like 21 squirrels on the way right now. He's actually going for an attack right now. Both toads going off right now, and toad explosions land beautifully onto Zerfur's lizards. Zerfur cannot defend anymore. Oh man, that was so unfortunate for Zerfur.
600 food though.
Alright.
600 food and a dream.
He has a base. He has a base. The game's not over yet, but oh my gosh, he is in a lot of trouble. And Nathan, he's gonna try to find out where he is. It's a Deadbones base, it looks like. Not a strong Deadbones base, but because it looks like Nathan's already found it. He's going to make his way here. Zerfur trying to get his units up as quickly as possible, but he's going to call it in. Nathan, with the great toad placement, just wipes out the entirety of Zerfur's army. It didn't matter he went for Falcons.
Graph is so nice.
That is like the steepest of slopes.
That's is called what toads are efficient at.
This is like
Efficiency. That graph just displays efficiency, in time spent, units died. Perfect efficiency.
I feel like because of how strong the toads are still, like you have to go skunk first. If you're taking skunks into your field, like I don't think you have the luxury of going falcons then skunks. I think you need those skunks for the control right away. Like, what do you think?
If you're building lizards,
Yes.
I would just make
in
9 lizards. I would just make 9 lizards and then try to hide the fox while I'm sitting behind MGs. That's what I do. I would delay the MG. I would get my fox out, and then when enemy goes to me, I'll harass with the fox and put down a couple of mines and then just have a nice retreat distance. Of course, on this map it's a little bit tougher, but that's how I would approach the problem of holy trifecta. Because the fox makes pigeons useless. It sometimes if the toads run first, you pick off all the toads and then you can re-engage with lizards.
Well, this is going to be very interesting indeed. Nathan versus Zerfur. Zerfur to the left side of the map, while Nathan to the right side. This time I had the portraits correct. You cannot trick me this time, Nathan. I see you with your sneaky commander change there. Change your allegiance from green to red. In any case, this is a fun map, it looks like. Lots of water here dividing the two players, both of them with roundabout routes they have to go through, high ground on some of the ways to the north. There should be a very interesting
Zerfur
interaction indeed.
playing safe, picking scrolls this time. That's what I wanted to point out.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like his lizard army could have done more, but I mean, that just one unfortunate battle with the toads. Every single of his lizards died there, and he's gonna try to make sure all of his units don't die.
Blame it on unfortunate, but yeah, the map actually wasn't all that favorite, and he needed a little bit of poke. Anything could do, and yeah. Maybe more toads. Maybe there's always a magical number to hit.
Look,
just to run in first.
All I'm saying is get those skunks on the field to control the toads, because gosh darn, those toads are scary if you don't have that kind of control. Right now, both sides go and go with their squirrels out first right now. I remember when the patch was 6 farm timings. That was one or two patches ago, like a month or two.
Oh, the tier 3s. Wasn't that November knockout or just a little bit later?
It was a January campaign where the tier 3s were pretty predominant. You had shit from space going with the boar rushes and the fox rush.
Was it just the phase of people? Because I played in January, wasn't all that tier 3?
No, I think it was like halfway through the tournaments, people realized how strong tier 3 timings could be. So
so they a little bit polarized and went
yeah.
even really early just to try it out, just
pretty much.
Have the
And
impact,
it worked out, it just showed just how strong the board could be, and which resulted in the board's damage nerf back to its original damage number, I think. So yeah, boar is still pretty damn strong if we make him give him that high attack power.
Well, the boar has its minus. It's not good versus falcons. It's not good versus chameleons. It's not good versus ferrets. It's good against good amount of squirrels, and yeah, and actually has a decent poke at the horns.
Alright, so here's a question I have for you right now. What's the magic number of toads if you're facing off against squirrels?
21?
20. Just an iron.
How about we drop the toads entirely and go into a skunky ferret based? If I'm seeing a lot, I don't think and especially a lot of there's a lot of problems with if your enemy has a lot of squirrels and 3 toads, and you make toads to kill that army. You can have your bunch of toads actually just run in and die to the 3 toads, and you will lose more. You will lose on the trade there, and you will have less squirrels because he had less toads, thus more squirrels. So you would lose in both trades actually.
That sounds like you don't favor the toad versus squirrel matchup very much. in terms of for the Toads at least.
It depends, you know. It's like if there's a fox on the field, you get 2 foxes to kill a fox. But if there's a toad on the field, you get half as less toads as the enemy has, and you're training better.
Just trick him into blowing all their load up at once. Speaking of fox,
So
we do have
fox,
Nathan.
double toad health, perfect.
I mean, Nathan, he has his own fox in the field. Hopefully he wants to get it down so he can kill off these skunks, which are causing a lot of gas to be poured on the field thanks to Nathan just scouting around. And I don't think that was a great call from Nathan's half. He has to walk his entire army through the skunk gas. He does damage that one skunk very hard, but now the skunk gas is pouring in very hard for Zerfur here. He does lose one skunk in that exchange, but the squirrels are at such low health right now, but the toads coming in and kill off the skunk! But there's not a lot of reinforcements for Nathan to follow up on that, and now the Falcon coming into play for Zerfur here. The might of the tier 2 showing how strong they can be here. That Falcon a little bit too far exposed out in the front lines here. It is going to be taken down by Nathan's reinforced squirrels. And Zerfur's own squirrels are coming in a little bit too slowly here. He's going to have to back out for the time being, but still, lots of damage done to Nathan. On the graph showing that Zerfur is definitely still ahead.
He has fox on his way. I would like to suggest there was one moment where he could sell a fox and win the fight, and then now that the fox is in a health, I think it's better to wait for the fox and drop. Yeah, toads, perfect. I love Nathan has played these 2 matches exceptionally. I think it's
right now
it's the best I've had play.
That expansion is going to be done. The fox is now online here, but he has to be very careful not to lose his base. Right now, the attack's coming in from the gas in the front lines, but the fox, Nathan just trying to dodge his way in and out, but that fox is taking a lot of damage right now. He has to be very careful. He is going to be able to take out the Falcon, though. And right now, just chasing his way up to the north side, trying to poke at that skunk. If he gets rid of that skunk, then Zerfur cannot attack, but Zerfur going to have to back up for the time being. Both sides, very low amount of farm, 3 farms each right now, and Nathan, he's going to go on the attack right now. He has the fox at the play, trying to chip away at Zerfur's units. All the toads are gone now. One toad is able to come and reinforce, but Zerfur, he's going to respond with a massive number of tier 1s. He wants to get his squirrel. He sold off all of his tier 2s. And another fox does not have vision up the high ground, so he has to be very careful here about approaching Zerfur's side. And Zerfur, I think he's adapting to this pretty okay here. But Nathan, he is going to be able to grab an expansion right now, and he's going to be still chasing his way up to the north side of the map, trying to poke his way at Zerfur. Zerfur just barely avoided starving, was able to get the expansion and the farm down, but this is pretty much his only army left. And that fox now coming in, they're trying to chase that fox down. How much damage can this fox do? They're going to go after that expansion. Oh no, Nathan, he's starving himself! He has no farms!
He has a little bit of time. We don't have to worry.
He doesn't have the food to buy an expansion either. This is his last call. He has to go for the kill right now. He's chasing down Zerfur's side of the map here, but Zerfur has 2 expansions. He needs to kill them both in these next 40 seconds, or else Nathan is going to starve. Zerfur trying his best to stall this out as quickly as possible here. He wants his unit to come online, but he doesn't have food himself. He's only on 15 food.
I would sell all the
Oh my gosh, this is going so slowly right now. 25 seconds left for Nathan to win the game here. Zerfur's on his last expansion right now. Nathan trying to go in for the kill. Can he do it? He has 15 seconds left. Is it enough damage? It is! He does it! Nathan clinches out the win on the back of starvation against Zerfur. Oh my gosh. That fox.
I would love to see, like, I see the one move, which is to sell every single last one and just drop as many mines as you can. Like, as many mines, maybe, and that could really help.
And Nathan, I think with this, he is going to move on to the final match.
Congratulations to Nathan. Was well played, yeah.
I mean, literally that match came down to like 15 seconds. That was a pretty insane back and forth matchup. But like, I think credit to Nathan. He adapted to Zerfur's strategy so well. He immediately realized his toads were just not going to be able to do anything because of the skunk gas, sold them all off immediately, and just went for Fox plays the second half of the match. Just
It was
really,
really
good
close
job.
at a lot of stages. Zerfur, I think he didn't like establish his stuff. He needed to route more units. You know, maybe even that big firefight. I would love to see if the Zerfur realized what he's done. I would suggest that the Zerfur would sell all the tier 2s and just go mass scroll and just go in and without a care, and that can score wins sometimes. A lot of options there.
All right. Do you want to know who's in the finals?